Here, most respected Chairman of KANACHUR Islamic Education Trust, Haji Dr. UK Monu, Sir, and of course our dynamic director is today preoccupied with some other matters. I would like to acknowledge his contribution. Then, of course, deans and heads of all other colleges who are here. Dean, my dean, Dr. Shanawaz, Nursing Dean Molly Madam, Dean of Physiotherapy, our Suhail, then Principal of Physiotherapy, Dr. Shamima, and the Ayurvedic Madam, that is Mrs. Vidya Prabha, and finally the Pharmacy Dean, whose name always I have difficulty in remembering. And of course, not to forget Rohan, who is Chief Administrative Officer, plus all the staff members who are here. Some of them are very senior but have spared their time. Shivaram Bhatt is anatomy professor. He was my intern way back in 1990s in Venlock Hospital. He always is ever ready to attend all the program. And of course, not to forget our IMA Vice President, Manohar Revankar, who is there. Yes, and of course, the people at the front, Pratiksha Shetty and Reshma Madam, and of course, the others I may not remember names. Nizam is there. I call him Nizam of Hyderabad only. So he's seated there. He's my neighbor there. And then, of course, Sinan. Most importantly, the students, plus their parents who are listening online. Now, let me first congratulate all the students for having made it to this college. It's a very prestigious place to be in. I'll tell you why. Because when you understand the work which has gone into this institution, then you will understand how prestigious this institution is. See, an industrialist starting an education institution with the whatever generated in industry. See, industry will generate assets, wealth, but if it is channeled into education, then it is what is called as social responsibility fulfilled. In fact, the government of India has today brought a law which is called CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. That is, CSR means that 3% or 5% of whatever is generated as a profit is to be used for certain social activity. That is government of India's thing. But if you go back in history, I found the earliest industrialist who started an education institute was none other than Jamshedji Tata. Jamshedji Tata, who started the steel industries in Jamshedpur, plus later so many other things. He is the one who started educational institution. That there is a very interesting story. I don't know whether I have the time, but I will quickly go through it. See, two great people met in the middle of the ocean, that is Pacific Ocean, on a ship. That was a chance meeting. First one was Tata himself I am referring to. The other person was Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda in 1893 was going for World Parliament of Religions, Trans-Pacific, eastward, that is from Chennai, then Madras, going towards Vancouver on the west coast of American continent, that is in Canada actually. They didn't know that they are in the same ship, but the journey was close to 1.5 or 2 months. And while they were walking on the deck of the ship, they met each other. Then they recognized each other. The conversation was, Vivekananda said, now that you have become rich and famous, will you do something for the society with your wealth, or is it only for personal matters? He said, tell me what I should do. He said, you must start something to benefit the society, and the best way to do it is education. He said, yes, he will. Then, of course, each of them went their way. Vivekananda went for the World Parliament of Religions, that is history, that very famous speech, Brothers and Sisters in America. And Tata was going to diversify into automobiles. He had established in steel. He went to Detroit in US for automobile exhibition, something like that. So they went their ways. Then they came back, and of course, when Tata came back, he was joined by, he tried to network with others And land was given by Maharaja of Mysore, and some assets were given by Nizam of Hyderabad. And what happened was, Tata Institute of Sciences in Bangalore, which is called today Indian Institute of Sciences, very prestigious institution, which started because of that particular conversation in 1893 and grew into a large thing. So like that, what I am trying to tell is, this particular institution has started because of the commitment of our chairman to use education for the upliftment of his community in particular, as well as society in general. It's not that only one community, but society in general has immensely benefited by his efforts to go into the field of education and give education to the minority, especially to the women. I can see more ladies in this audience because it shows the professionalism today. In fact, today I am talking in the background of Indian women's cricket team winning the World Cup. So probably that has to be underscored. So our chairman spent a lot of effort on educating the women. And in this effort, although the first institution was KANACHUR pre-primary, primary, and then the pre-university school, then of course Institute of Management and Sciences, like that, from foundation to the superstructure. And then came effort for medical college. Along with medical college, in fact a year or two earlier itself, the nursing and allied started along with physiotherapy, and then all other institutions, heads of which are sitting here, everything happened. So this college is the fruit of the endless efforts of our chairman, and and I can tell you that but for his efforts, I wouldn't be standing in front of you, and none of you would be here, because of him you are sitting here, and I am standing here. So that is why you should understand that the effort has gone into it, which is quality effort. Of course, coming to the point now, medical profession is a teamwork. Let me tell you that it's a teamwork. No one person, not one person is the only important person. It is a team. Although our doctors may believe they are the most important people, but I can tell you, I am basically a physician. I am internal medicine, what is called as general medicine in our terms, internal medicine in US, internist. So therefore, internal medicine, you have to deal with everything. We deal with neurology, strokes, cardiology, myocardial infarction, rheumatology, all these things. What enables the patient to recover? Yes, medicines are important, but what enables is the support which we get from allied health sciences, nursing. Everything is important for a patient. It is finally who is the most important person? Patient is the most important person. Patient has to recover because of the doctor may be diagnosing, all the other people, nursing, physiotherapy, allied, pharmacy, and even Ayurveda. Today the government of India is looking at integrated training of a medical professional. That is not just in one system, but in all other systems. So therefore, everybody is important, and it is the teamwork which matters for the patient-centric kind of effort. So this is one point which I wanted to make. The other point is, which I always tell the students in the beginning itself. You are here for the basic purpose which your parents and you, having put effort, you have reached here. That is, your parents have a lot of hopes and aspirations, and you have come here with your efforts, burning midnight oil. Don't forget the importance of time and money which you have to spend here. Do everything in the shortest period of time. Don't get into wrong kind of company. Don't get into wrong kind of habits. There is a saying that is, when I was in school, I used to hear it more often. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, everything is lost. Today I am not hearing about this at all anywhere, because everything, the focus seems to be on materialism. Materialism means wealth. So in that, this one, nobody is talking about the health as well as the character. But in this institution, the latter two things are very important. That is, you have to have the character, content of the character. That's what is important. There's a great American civil rights activist, black civil rights activist, 1963 or so, he made a very famous speech. As Martin Luther King, he made a very famous speech. Some of you may be aware of it. It starts with the first sentence, I have a dream, I have a dream. And the most important line in that is, I want my children to grow up in a nation where opportunities are decided not by the color of the skin, but by the content of the character. Color of the skin means he's talking of the racial discrimination, black, white. So here, in this institution, opportunities are decided only by your character, content of the character. That's what I am trying to tell. Build that character. Keep up your good values which you have learned from school and your parents, and continue being good here, and you will never look back. There are enough opportunities to channelize your energy into, apart from, of course, academics is the first thing, but other things has been already told by your dean, that is sports as well as cultural events. There are enough opportunities within the institution, but don't get into wrong kind of company, because that will lead to wastage of all your efforts. And then, of course, I emphasize the importance of character. You should not lose that particular thing and let your health get affected. I'm talking of drug abuse and such things. So you should not be getting into that. This I am telling as an elder professional, because I just want to tell you that I have been in the medical profession for as long as now, that is in teaching profession for 40 years. So I think I have the stature to tell you why you should come up in life and why you should not waste your time. And remember one thing, there is a saying, it is not only your aptitude, but your attitude which attains your altitude. The heights which you reach will be based on your, not only aptitude, but attitude. Attitude means your respect for teachers, respect for patients, respect for all the seniors. All that is important. Everybody has to be given due respect, and then you will get respect. And patient is the most important person, and all of you are getting trained because of the fact that patient is the one who has to get benefit out of your knowledge. So these are some of my random thoughts which I have spelt out in front of you. I would like to thank the dignitaries on the stage, and especially the Dean of Physiotherapy, for having asked me to say a few words on this occasion, and thank you for your patient hearing.